Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we shall be looking at paper 3 data analysis of Cambridge Igcse ICT course. Don't forget, I told you it is paper 3, but we are looking at the first part of it, which is data analysis. In the other video, I have done that of website authoring. This paper lasts for 2 hours 30 minutes for both data analysis and website authoring. So let's go into the question. The information is that the total mark for this paper is 80 marks. Now you have been supplied with the following source files: contact, currency, donate, home, lion, logo, project, style, text, twt.htm, twt.jpg, and week 2. All these files have been given in the source file folder, and you have it in the source file folder here. Then the first task is to create your evidence document. Create a new word process document. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page of this document. So I'm going to get that done very quickly. Word document. Okay, good. Then I have this. The first thing is to save it in your work area. Okay, save it in your work area as N22 evidence, followed by your center number and candidate number. Okay, that is the instruction. N22 evidence underscore your center number. In my case, I use CN for my center number, and my candidate number is 001. And you save it as a word process document in your work area. That's the first thing. And the next instruction is that ensure that your name and candidate number appear on every page. Okay, to get this done, I go to insert, header, 3-column header, my name, my center number. In my case, I use CN for my center number, and then candidate number. Okay, then you have that. Then what's the next instruction? You will need your evidence document during the examination to play screenshots when required. Please take note of that. So let's go to the main task, which is task 2, spreadsheet. You are going to create a spreadsheet for the Tawara Wildlife Trust. That's the name of the organization you're creating the spreadsheet for. This will display data about donations given by individuals and companies in other countries to their global conservation project. These donations are made in the currency of that country. Tawara Wildlife Trust record their finances in Tawara dollars, so each donation must be converted into this currency. Display Tawara currency as dollars in this symbol to 2 decimal places. Please take note of that. Do not edit the data files provided unless instructed to do so. So you have to take note of all these opening instructions. So number 1, open and examine the files n22 donate.csv and n22 currency.csv in a spreadsheet package. So that's the first thing. So you go to your source file folder, n22 currency, open, and then n22 donate, you open. These are the 2 files. I'm going to zoom in so that I can see it very well. You have to examine. By examining it, you know the kind of data that each of the file contains, so you know how to undo the data. So then the next instruction is place in the footer of the n22 donate file, in the footer left align the text edited by, followed by a space, then your name, sender number, and candidate number. Okay, let's do that. In the donate file, insert, you go to header and footer, and the instruction says you should put in the footer left align, in the footer. So you go to footer left align, you go to the leftmost, and you type the instruction. You type the text edited by colon by a space, then your name, serial number, and candidate number. Your name, center number, in my case CN, and candidate number 001. Then what's the next? Then you go to the right alignment, you put the automated file name with no file path. Take note, automated file name with no file path. So you come to the right. So for file name with no file path, if you are asked for file name without file path, you only click on file name here. Please take note of that. After you have clicked, many candidates ask questions that what they have clicked is not being displayed. It is until you click out of this box before you see it displayed. So when I click out, you can see the file name. Good. Then you can go back to the normal view. Look at the normal view here. All right, good. Then the next instruction is save this as a spreadsheet with the file name donate underscore followed by your serial number, candidate number, for example like this, donate underscore. So you save it like that. So you come to file, save as, you save in your work area and you call it donate underscore your center number and candidate number, and then you save it as a spreadsheet file. So you have to take the save as type from CSV to Excel workbook. Okay, good, and you save. Okay, that is done again. So number 2, enter a formula in cell E29 to display the ISO of the currency for the country displayed in cell B29 using the external file n22currency.csv. Now you need to look at the relationship. You look for the cell E29 in the cell E29. Okay, that is the donate cell E29. Look at E29 here. Okay, so this is under local currency ISO. Don't forget E29. Then the next instruction says that to display the ISO of the currency for the country displayed in cell B29. So let's see B29. What's the relationship? Look at the country under B29. Okay, this is B29. Okay, what else? Then using the external file n22currency for the array. So seeing this, if you look at the n22currency, look at the way the data there is arranged. Data is arranged vertically here. Okay, that means you are going to have a VLOOKUP to look up for the ISO of that country there. You can see that. So if you want to do this, it's very simple. So you go back, okay, you come to E29 as you have been said. Then you start with, let me zoom this so that you can see it clearly. So you go to E29, you start with VLOOKUP, and if you look at it, the relationship between this file and the other file is the country. So you use this country as the lookup value, and again you have been told that using B29. So this is B29, you can see it, B29, B29. Okay, so then comma, and you have been told you are using the other file as the table array. So you go to the other file as the table array, which is this currency as the table array. So you select from here, then you select all the file. Okay, good. Then what you want to return is ISO, which is in the second column. So you put a comma after this. So your column index number will be 2 because what you want to return is the ISO, which is in column 2 in the selection of the table array. So please take note of that. 2, then comma. So the next thing is the range lookup. Since you want to return an exact match, you click on false, then you close the bracket, press enter. So you realize that that has been done for Kenya. So the local currency ISO for the country here, Kenya, is KES. So we have done this. That is very, easy to do. So let's go to the next instruction. The next instruction is, okay, we have done that. Okay, enter a formula in cell F29 to look up the exchange rate for this country using the external file n22currency.csv for the array. So we want to go to cell F29. We want to look up for the exchange rate for this country. So before we do that, let's go to the other file, let's see whether we have something like exchange rate. So you can see exchange rate. So that means the exchange rate is $1 equals whatever value you have here for each of these countries. Please take note of that. Please take note of that. So you have seen that. So having done that, let's go back to the instruction. Enter a formula instead F29 to look up the exchange rate for this country using the external file. So for the particular country in question, so we go to F29, which is F29. You can see that F29. This is F29. So, and we are doing for this country, Kenya. So we'll go to VLOOKUP again. VLOOKUP, what's our lookup value? The same country. So we click the country, comma, the table array will be the other file given to us, which is currency. So we select it again from here through here, then we drag it down. Okay, good, comma. Then what is column index number? In this selection, our column index number, let's look at it in this selection. Our column index number, this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Why are we picking 4? Because the exchange rate is in column 4 of the selection. So we pick 4, then comma, exact match, false. So we close and we have that. So that is done here. Please take note of that. That's the exchange rate. So let's go to the next instruction. Next instruction. Okay. The question says that enter a formula in cell G29 to calculate the donation in Tawara dollars by dividing the value in the donation in local currency column by the exchange rate, then rounding this value down to 2 decimal places. So one after the other, we are going to get this done to 2 decimal places. So enter a formula in cell G29 to calculate the donation in Tawara dollars by dividing the value in the donation in local currency by the exchange rate. So we go there and do it one after the other. G29. So this is G29. This is G29. So what we are doing is use a formula to calculate what we have here, divide by the exchange rate. So let's confirm the instruction. You'll realize that that is what the instruction is saying. Enter a formula to calculate donation by dividing the value in the donation in local currency column by the exchange rate, then rounding this value down to 2 decimal places. So let's go round it down to 2 decimal places. So after we have done this, okay, we can press enter. We have it this way. Now to round it down, you can do it in 2 ways. You can just click inside of this, place your cursor here and type round down to 2 decimal places. So you put comma 2, that is number digits, close the bracket, and we have this. So we have one, we have it this way. It has been rounded down to 2 decimal places. So please take note of that. Then the next instruction, let's see the next instructions. So the next instruction is replicate the formulae entered in steps 2, 3, and 4 for all donations for 1 mark. So we are replicating all what we have done. So, and that's why it is important to ensure that what we do per time is correct. So when we want to replicate, we can be sure we are doing the right thing. So to replicate this, we have done so. We select this and replicate it down for all the donations we have, and here we have it. Good. Okay, so then having done this, don't forget we have been told, okay, that use cell C29 to C115 to create a named range. So how do we create a named range? And the name of the named range is to. So we are using cells C29 to C115. C29 to C115. C29, look at it, to C115. 115. So we select down to C115 and we create a name range. So how do we create a name range? It's very simple to create a name range. I can show you how to just use simple step by right clicking after selection and you rename, or you just come to formulas as I have come. Okay, come to formula as I have come, then you go to define name. You understand? And what name would you call it according to the instruction? The instruction says you call it to. So I'm going to call it to. Then you have it and you click OK. So you have created a named range for C29 to C115. So that's very simple. So let's go to the next instruction. Next instruction says that use cells G29 to G115 to create a named range called amount. So we are using this to create a name range called amount. Don't forget we use C29 to C115 the other time to create a named range called to. So we are doing G29 now for amount. G29 for amount. So I go G29 to amount. So I'm going to select this G29 to G115. So I come to formulas. You can see that formulas. Then I come to define name. I click on define name and I call this amount according to the instruction amount. Leave the scope on workbook. Do not change it except you are instructed to do so. So you say OK. So we have created two named ranges. We have this and we have this. Okay, good. So let's see what the instruction says thereafter. Take screenshot evidence of the creation of these named ranges and place these in your evidence document. So we are taking the screenshot evidences of the two named ranges we created. So it's simple. Just come back to the file, go to formulas, and then from formulas, you go to name manager. Click on name manager, you see all the named ranges you have created. So you can click on the first one and go to edit. So this will come out, this will come out and you can see it. So you take the screenshot just like this. This is for the first one. Okay, good. You go to your evidence document to paste. That's evidence one. So I call it evidence one. So I paste it. That's the first one. Then the second one for to, I go to pick it for to. I pick this for to edit. So I take the screenshot again. Okay, good. Then you paste it in your evidence document. So you have that. So those are the two evidences that you have taken for to and for amount. Okay, you can see that evidence one. Okay, the next instruction, let's see. The next instruction is enter a formula in cell C7 to calculate the total of the donations to this project using the project code and the named ranges created in step 6. Please take note, the project code and the name ranges created in step 6. Then you later replicate this formula for all projects. So let's treat this one after the other. Enter a formula in cell C7. So I go to C7. Close. Okay. Cell C7. Okay. So we want to calculate. So we need to do some understanding task here. Look at the project table. Look at the code for all the projects and look at the project name, the total donation. Now, if you see that this has been arranged to have all the projects named, then if you see here, we have what's the relationship between this part of this spreadsheet, what's the relationship between this part of this spreadsheet and this part of this spreadsheet? You can see that this part has the project code, and here we also have the project code. Can you see a kind of relationship. And also, this is asking for total donation, and we have donation in Tara dollars. So that means there's a way we can pick for everywhere we see this code, whatever the donation is, we'll sum it and put it here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is what would take us to the next function we want to use. So if you don't understand this technique I just displayed now, you may not be able to know the right function to use. So that means we are going to make use of sum if. We are summing, or we are adding based on a criteria. So you open this with sum if. Okay, and the syntax of sum if is what I have on the screen. You see that sum if range comma criteria comma sum range. So the first range here is the range that contains the criteria, and the sum range here is the range that contains the numeric values you want to add together, you want to sum. So if you look at this first range, we have this code. It could be our range. This is a range of cells. You can see this is a range of cells. And then this range contains the criteria. Why did I say it contains the criteria? Why? Because this is what is connecting this part of this spreadsheet to this other part. So that's the criteria. That's where we have the criteria. You can see we have the T18, T13, and all that, and we have all of them here. So that is what is connecting it together. So that's how to differentiate the first range and the second range, which is called sum range. I think that is clear now. So we pick sum if range. The first range will be this range, So where do we have this range? We are going to look at it. You see that this range is in the range we have here in the second part. You can see the relationship. So we are picking this, and remember that this range has been named what the other time? It has been named to. So the best thing for us is just to type to, then you put a comma. You can see that to, we put a comma. What's the criteria? The criteria is in the order. Let me do it again so that you understand. It's very simple. The criteria is in the order part of the spreadsheet. All right. So I go again. Equals sum if open bracket. So this range is the range that contains this criteria in this place, which is here, and has been called to. So if I select it, you will see that the name I gave for the range will display, which is to. Please take note of that. Then comma. What's the criteria? This is the criteria, because this is what we are using to search for all the similar donated to in this particular column. Then comma, what's our sum range? Is this other range that we have named amount. You remember we have named this amount. So just click it and type amount. You can see the list of that in this amount. You pick it, then you close the bracket. So press enter and you see that that is calculated for you. So everywhere we have T0, it has added the total donation for T0. You can see that everywhere we have T0, it has added it together, and that is how we got this value. Please take note of that. So then what's the next instruction? Let's go. Replicate this formula for all projects for 5 marks. So for us to replicate it, I'll just come here, then I replicate down. Okay, replicate down. Okay, so that is done. You can see that for this, you can click inside and see how the replication went. Okay, good. That's when you know it is correct. So what's the next instruction? Let's see. The next instruction is merge cells A1 to C1, A3 to C3, A5 to C5, A27 to G27. So that we can have it like this. Okay, A1 to C1, A5 to C5. You understand? So, and A27 to G27. So let's go. A1 merge to C1. So you come to home tab, merge and center. then A3 to this, okay, A3, let me confirm that, to C3, okay, good. So then A5, good, okay, what else? Then A27 to G27, A27 is A27 to G27, the same thing. Okay, good. So what's the next thing to do? So you format it such that it looks like this. Format the top of the spreadsheet to look like this. Format the merge cells in, okay, in rows 1 to 5 to have a blue background with text, with white text. Okay, this row 1 and row 5. So they are having the same thing, row 1 and row 5. So you go row 1, you press down control key, and row 5. So they have blue background, come to blue background and white text. You pick white text. What else? To have blue background with white text, format the text in row 1 to be 20 points. Row 1, 20 points. Okay, good. What else? Format the merge cell in row 27 so it matches row 5. So whatever you have, format the merge cell in row 27 so it matches row 5. So we do the same thing here. Okay, good. So row 5. So I'll just click on what we have here. So and then format printer, and I have that. Can I quickly do this again? So since it's looking like this, I may have to do it again. Okay, let me click away from this. Okay, this is what was there. The instruction says that format the merge cell in row 27 so it matches row 5. For it to match row 5, what do you do in row 5? Format the text in row 5 to have a blue background with white text. So I'll do this, blue background and a white text. Okay, good. What else? Let's see. Nothing more, and that's for 6 marks. That's for 6 marks. We have done this to be okay, to have, okay, good. Then you see this code project name, total donation. I'm going to make it bold as we have it here. So okay, so what do I do? Select this, make it bold. Okay, let's see again the instruction, code project name. Gonna make it bold. Okay, good. What else? Okay, good. I think we have done all what we have to do, which is very good. Okay, very good, very good. So the next thing is number 10, apply appropriate formatting. Appropriate formatting. This is you changing the appearance of your, the content of your cells or of your spreadsheet to the value stored in column C in the project table and column G in the donations table. Okay, good. Please take note of that. Apply appropriate formatting to the value stored in column C in the project table and column G in the donations table. Column C. Okay, look at column C here. So don't forget, we have been told that we are formatting this for it to have $sign, and it should be 2, okay, decimal places, and that is what we have here. So we have done that, and the same thing we are supposed to do to column G according to the instruction in the donations table, column G. Okay, so this column G, I'm going to select it, good, and then I pick this, good. So we have this. All right. So having done this, what's the next thing? Let's see. Let's see if we have any other thing left. Okay, good. Save your spreadsheet, print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. So we save and print the spreadsheet showing the formulae. I'm going to explain some things here. So for us to save it, we have it come to file, save, or you could just click at the save icon here. So you have saved it. So what's the next thing? According to the instruction, let's see. The instruction says, save your spreadsheet, print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. Okay, to show the formulae is very simple. I'm going to show you this way. Just come to the formulas bar. Then from the formulas bar, then you click on show formulas. Okay, so all the formula you have used will be displayed. You can see that will be displayed. All the formula used will be displayed. You can see that. So that's simply what it means. Please take note of that. All the formula will be displayed. And then you have that all the formulas will be displayed. Okay, good. All the formula that you have used to be displayed as you have seen. Okay, let's see towards this side. Oh, good. You see this. Then the first thing you do is that make sure you do the auto fit content. Nothing should be hidden. If you must get the full mark, okay, nothing should be hidden. So you double tap or double click as the case may be the grid line so that it will automatically adjust. Okay, good, 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 good. And we have all this. So let's see the next instruction. So save your spreadsheet, print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. Make sure it is in landscape orientation. The row and column headings are displayed. Landscape orientation, row and column headings are displayed. The content of all cells are fully visible. So let's go one after the other. Landscape. So for landscape, you go to page layout, change your orientation from portrait to landscape. I always say that since you know the printer and paper size you are using, always set it to A4. Okay, good. Then what else? The content of all cells are fully visible, and that's why we have ensured that nothing is hidden by clicking this. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Everything is clearly, visible. Nothing is hidden. Good. So having done this, the next is to go to print preview. So go to file, go to print, then you are on the print preview. You see this print preview. See how many pages do you have here? Okay, good. You have it. So what's the thing? So the question says, save your spreadsheet, print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. Make sure it is in landscape. The row and column headings are displayed. The content of all cells are fully displayed. So we have not displayed row and column headings. So to do row and column headings, you can come to page setup again, and you come to sheets. Then you click on row and column headings. Say OK. So the row and column headings will be displayed. You can see that row and column headings will be displayed. Okay, good. You have everything displayed. Okay, so what else? Let's see the instruction. So make sure that you have entered your name, center number, candidate number on the spreadsheet showing the formulae. Okay, we have it here. Name, center number, candidate number, and the row and column heading. Everything is being displayed. Okay, so it is good. Then you hit the print button. So this will print out for you. That is good. So for us to go to the next part of the question, so we have done this. Okay, is set the page orientation to portrait again. So that's the next thing we are doing. Set the page orientation to portrait again. So we come. So page orientation, portrait. Okay, by the time you set it to portrait, you may see that you need to do the auto fit content again. So what's next? Then format the text in row 28. so that it is center aligned both vertically and horizontally. Both vertically and horizontally. Format the text in row 28. Row 28. Look at it. So we have this. So you select this in row 28. It said it is center aligned both vertically and horizontally. What does that mean? That means you center align it, center, and you come to middle alignment too, and you do the same thing. You realize that that's been done center, vertically, and horizontally. And what's the next thing? Format the text in D28 to G28 so that it is wrapped. D28 to G28. D to G28. D28. Look at it. The text in D28 to G28 so that it is wrapped. So you click on wrap text. Is that okay? All right. What's the next thing? Make sure that the cell content are fully visible and fit on a single page wide without changing the font size. Without changing the font size. So we need to do this carefully. This is for 3 marks. So how do we, do it carefully? I'll show you right now. So having done this, then the next thing is that print the spreadsheet showing the values. So that's why we needed to do all this other formatting we did here so that it can display on a page wide. So we'll come back to formulas. We click on show formulas again so that we return into values. All right, good. We have it in values. You can see the benefit or the importance of wrapping the text here. So we have these two. We click this. Okay, good. You click this. You click this. You can see the benefit of. All right, good. This is the reason why we needed to text wrap this. You can see after we have text wrapped it, everything will fit within a page. Okay, good. So we can just open up this a bit, and we have this. We have this a bit. Okay, good. I think this is getting better. Getting better. Okay, good. 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 Nothing is hidden anymore. Nothing is hidden anymore, and then everything is intact. So let's see the next instruction. So the orientation is portrait, fit on a single page wide. This is talking about the width. It could be more than 1 page in length, but in width, nothing should break at the sides. Then the content of all cells are fully visible. The row and column headings are not displayed. The row and column headings are not displayed. Remember the other time we have set it to row and column headings to display. So let's remove it from that. So we can do it also from page layout here. Go to print titles and remove row and column heading from displaying. Then from here we go to print preview. So let's see. Wow. So you can see nothing is hidden. So we just have this apart from this, which I'm going to work on now. Okay, good, 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 good. You can see it is 1 page wide. So we can even adjust the margin to narrow so that it can be wide enough. So okay, good. So let me adjust this. You need to do this. It is part of presenting your spreadsheet. You have to be careful that nothing is hidden. If you must get the full mark, and that's how to show professional work. So nothing should be hidden. Everything should be intact. You can see the way it looks right now. Okay, good. So let me go to print preview again and see the way it looks. Oh, nothing is hidden anymore. You can see that Tawara Wildlife Trust donations. This. Okay, good. Nothing is breaking, and I just have it. Nothing is breaking by the side. Okay, nothing is breaking by the side. You can see that. Okay, so then it remains one thing from the model on the question paper. I guess we're given row 2 and 4 to be reduced in height. Row 2 and 4. So I think I've not done that before. So let me do that. Row 2 and 4. These two reduce and 4 reduce. Okay, good. All right, then let's go again to the print preview. So that's the benefit of using the print preview. The print preview will show you how exactly your work will look on paper. So you can see that Tawara Wildlife Trust donations, nothing is hidden and everything is intact. Okay, everything is intact, everything is intact, everything is intact. Okay, good. All right, good. So then after this, confirm from the question whether you have done everything. Format the merge cells in row 27, so you match this row 5. You've done that, all that, all that. So this one, for 1 mark, make sure that you have entered your sender number, candidate number. Then the next thing is to print. So I'm just going to print this. Let me show you an example of how the print will be. So let me just print it as a PDF so that you can see the way it looks. So I'll click on print PDF and I click on print. Okay, donate. Okay, let's see how the printout looks like. Okay, after printing. So I will show you that later. Okay, this is it exactly. This is the printout. You can see it. So this is what is expected of you. This is how exactly the printout should be. Nothing breaking, nothing hidden, everything intact. Okay, this is how you get the full mark. So let's go to the next question. The next question, this is all about extracting. Extracting is like filtering your data in your spreadsheet. You extract the project with the highest donations in week 2. So how do we do that? Number 14, open and examine the file n22 week 2.csv in a spreadsheet package. N22 week, I think we have that open. N22 week. Okay, let me go to the source file. So n22 week, this is part of the source file. You can see it n22 week. So I click to open. So I have opened it. This is the file. Then the next instruction, open and examine the file. I have opened and examined the spreadsheet package. Place your name, sender number, and candidate number left aligned in the header. This time around, the header, your name, sender number, and candidate number left aligned in the header. So I go to insert, header and footer. In the header left aligned. So you place according to the instruction your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, what else? In the header, then extract only the projects with donations of at least $15,000. Of at least, extract only the projects with donations of at least. At least means that will be the minimum. It could be more than that. At least. Please take note of that. So let's go. I go to the spreadsheet. I have it open. You click out to have this. Then I have it this way. So for me to do this, I can, let me come back to normal view. Okay, good. And I have it. So we want to extract projects with at least $15,000. Okay, look at the donation. So we want to pick with at least $15,000. So let's go. So you come here, you select. All right. So you select this. Having arranged this, you can see total donation. So you want to extract, and I told you the other time, that is, you want to filter it. You want to extract those data that meet that criterion. What's the criterion? They said the one donations of at least $15,000. At least means greater or equals to 15,000. So you need to figure that out first. So you go, you select this data, you come to filter, you click on filter, click on this and select number filters. Then you can go to custom filter if what you're looking for is not there. But if it is there, you can see it less than or equal to whichever one, less than or equal to, and you have been given 15,000. So you type the 15,000. Take note, even though in the instruction you have the dollar sign here, you are not meant to put the dollar sign in the filter box. Please take note of that. It's less than or equal to 15,000. I told you it's because it's a minimum of 15,000. It could be more than that. That's why I'm saying it's less than or equal to, I'm sorry, it's not less than, is greater than or equal to, please take note of that. It's greater than or equal to, so it could minimum of 15,000, it could be more than that. That is greater than or equal to, please take note of that. Then you say okay. Then you have these four projects. Then what's the next instruction? Sort the data into descending order of project name. Descending means, okay, you are going down, descending order of project name. So you come, when you have this same file, you can select it and come to sort and filter and go to custom sort, and then you have this dialog box and sort by what? Project name. Sorting by project name. Don't forget, reason why you can pick project name is because my data as headers has been checked. So descending order, that will be Z to A. That's descending order, Z to A. So you click OK. All right, and you see that has been sorted. Descending order T S P G. Okay, you have this. So what's the next instruction? Let's go. The next instruction is print the spreadsheet extract showing the values. Make sure the printout field on a single page, row and column headings are visible, content of all cells are fully visible. Row and column headings field on a single page. Okay, row and column headings on a single page, row and column headings. So I come to page layout, print titles. On the sheet, I click on row and column headings, print preview. Let me see the way it looks. Oh, everything is fully visible. You can see that. So then let me double tap to be sure nothing is, you can see that's why it is good. It's a good practice to always do this. Something was hidden before. So if you do this, nothing is hidden. You do this, nothing is hidden. You do this, nothing is hidden. So you have it, then you go to file, you go to print preview. Look at the way it displays, nothing is hidden. And then if I zoom this, you have it. Okay, good. You have it. This, everything is done perfectly. Then let's look at the other instruction, whether we have any other. Make sure you have the spreadsheet. Okay, we have done all that. Print the spreadsheet showing the extract. Okay, good. Make sure that you have enter your name, candidate number on the spreadsheet extract showing the values. Then everything is 48 marks. So look at how we undo the questions. So when you are satisfied, you have done everything. Okay, if you look at this too, this is donation. I think we need to format it to dollars. They don't need to tell us again. You see that that's how you can earn your A star and have a perfect score of 100%, because you are taking care of every instruction given to you. So total donation also should be okay with this. And then you go back again, print. Then we can also print the PDF file of it. So we call it N22 printout. Okay, N22 printout. Okay, and I have it. Let's look at the way it looks. Okay, good. And this is what we have here. You can see it perfectly done. So having done this, we have come to the end of this part of this paper, which is spreadsheet, and it is over 48, and that's how you can score 100% in any of the ICT Igcse practical papers. Thank you for watching. I want you to like, share, and drop your comments, as if you have questions, in the chat box below. See you next time. All the best in your examination. Bye for now.